after those rocks we've been bringing you. First, he got Vulture and Hammerhead, and now he's headed here. I'm telling you, Mr. Osborn, the Spider-Man is coming.
Do you take me for a fool?
What?
I want him to come. Let the spider fall into my web. The other fragments made Hammerhead and Vulture more powerful. Let's see what this one does for me.
I've waited a long time for this, Osborn. Tonight, your criminal empire ends.
Welcome, Spider-Man. Look around. Know where you are.
A demilitarized zone?
The carnival where I once starred in the Freak Show many years ago. The perfect place to begin my revenge.
Great idea.
But when I came back, I had to relocate the current employees to more temporary lodgings. And I do mean temporary. I have this unfortunate tendency to kill things when I'm bored. You'll see.
Wrong, Goblin. Because I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna save him. Then I'm gonna find you and put you down like the wild dog you are. And last but not least, I'm gonna bring back the fragment, starting now.
Okay. Ignore that. So, instead of talking about, say, Far From Home for right now, let me talk about something that's been bothering me. Just ignore the dog barking. Let's talk about something that's been really bothering me with a lot of Spider-Man fans and analysis videos in the MCU. Not the ones that are negative, not the ones that are positive. The fact that like all their criticisms of Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man don't really make sense sometimes. Especially if you actually pay attention to what the hell happens in the MCU. 'Cause that's like if you read the Marvel comics in like the 80s or 70s or whenever the black suit came about, but not reading Secret Wars.
There are people in danger all over the place here.
Damn it.
No!
But yeah, it's kind of the thought that this isn't a Spider-Man movie, or that MCU doesn't understand Spider-Man. Which is like saying one of DC's Elseworlds or one of Marvel's What Ifs don't understand a character. Well, more the DC Elseworlds don't understand a character because it doesn't have this feature about him. Except it's a bit more subtle than those, because those are very obviously different.
I hear you. On my way.
You don't need to yell, Spidey. But yeah, pretty much that kind of grinds my gears when they say it doesn't understand Spider-Man, even though a lot of them most likely have only really watched the Raimi films And because they've watched those, they suddenly know who the hell Spider-Man is and what he's always meant to be. Like, sure, the movies are good, but, I mean, the only people that would really know how Spider-Man works are the people that actually made him.
There are people in danger all over the place here.
Like, you know, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and, like, all those people. How the fuck? Tommy guns suck. Like, those people would most likely know who the hell Spider-Man should and really could be. And sure, maybe Stan secretly hated what the MCU was doing to his web slinger. But based on how he reacted to, like, Gwen Stacy's death in the comics, he probably didn't even really care. Like, sure, he does actually have a fondness for the character, but it's not like he was writing him for, like, years. I mean, I recently finished up the first volume, aka the first, like, 10 issues, including the Amazing Fantasy 15, of the Stan Lee and Steve Ditko run. You can get that on Kindle for free. Volume 1. Not really, the next 2 volumes, but I can't get those yet because it's, like, 2 weeks till Christmas. And that would kind of be a kind of douchey thing to do. Well, I mean, not really douchey because of the fact that it's on Kindle, but still paying money, and we just, oh my god, let's go the other way. Why can't you just...
Part of my great responsibility is getting folks out of jobs.
She's right there.
You fucking...
See where he went?
I never knew I could do that.
Part of my great responsibility is getting folks out of jobs.
So yeah, the MCU version of Spider-Man is Spider-Man. Okay? Just accept it. It is Spider-Man. Oh yeah, sure, you just say that because it just has the name on the poster in the movie. Like, no, it is Spider-Man. You know how I know that? Because, you know, Spider-Man's biggest moral lesson and completely what, like, Uncle Ben in the Raimi films was assessed about. Responsibility.
There are people in danger all over the place.
It's Spider-Man.
Are you... Ugh. That one guy. But yeah. Because, like, Peter's learning responsibility through all, like, 3 films. Did no one ever catch on to that?
Danger all over the place here.
Really? No one caught on? In Homecoming, he was learning to take responsibility for actually having to be a big superhero and having to protect people. In Far From Home, he had to take responsibility for pretty much being a big-time superhero now. And most likely in No Way Home, he has to take responsibility for, like, being Spider-Man himself. I don't know, I haven't seen the movie yet. But yet everyone says that Peter doesn't grow in the movies, but it's kind of like the MCU doesn't do that. It takes its time with its characters. Like, in the first film, Tony Stark didn't instantly stop from being a dick. He was pretty much just a dick from the beginning. He was just a nicer dick. Admit, that's why you liked him. That's why you liked Tony. He was just a big a-hole. What? Excuse me? No. Screw you, a-hole. Thinking that's cool.
Gotta see this.
What? Well, I really should have just used Far From Home for this, shouldn't I? What the fuck?
I found him.
How the... Excuse me, game. How the hell can they see me? I was in pure darkness.
You can't just leave me here. You can't.
I'm not.
You don't look so good.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, it's pretty much what, like, MCU Peter is about. He's learning responsibility instead of, you know, like, with great power comes great responsibility, and then Uncle Ben dies, learns the lesson instantly. Because, I mean, he already knows the lesson, he's just having to learn a bit more about the lesson. What the actual fuck? What?
Where'd everybody go?
There we go. I mean, he's not the best live-action Spider-Man, but he's not like the worst one to do the role. Like, all, like, the criticisms of Far From Home have really dumb ideas to them. Because, like, here's one. Aunt May not, like, wondering how the hell, like, wondering, like, not having a conflict about Peter being Spider-Man, even though she had visible things saying that Peter should run away from robbers and stuff. Here's a thought. Maybe you should actually listen to what the movie was saying. Because at the feast, like, contest or whatever Spider-Man was at, Peter, actually, like, Aunt May during her speech said that she was in the blip. So yeah, literally it has nothing to do with anything. But yeah.
You make it sound so
Behold,
Ow.
the goblin in all his glory. Stronger, more powerful.
And that hair, it's scarier than ever.
I'll give you something to be scared of. You're pathetic, and you thought you could beat me. Ha! Difficult job, then. If you can, come and get your superior, the goblin victorious.
But yeah, like, certain analysis videos on how much it, like, the MCU Spider-Man films don't work are just kind of bullcrap. It's mainly because they want it to be something it's never going to be. Because, I'll just tell you, Raimi fans, that Spider-Man will never be Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Hold on, I just need to make sure I don't die on this. Because noir's less fun when, you know, you actually have to fight people on hard. Come on. Come on. And you all call yourselves gangsters. Fancy Dan, Montana, and Ox could go rounds with you and they'd win. There we go.
Teach you.
I'm listening. Ew. I don't want you to like that. Oh yeah, this again. Damn it. But yeah, like certain things like like that whole Aunt May argument doesn't really make sense because of just the fact that cool. That is a cool idea to deal with it. Oh my god. These people must have seriously 20/20 like 40/40 5 million vision to have seen me through that. How? Like how? Turn around.
Take a powder. Save me.
Don't worry, I'm coming. Just gotta make sure he's turned around.
Hey, I'm trapped. Do something. You can't just leave me here. You can't. Where do I find Norman Osborn?
Thanks, kid. That's a big help.
Now we're in business.
Damn it! God damn it. Yeah. The whole Aunt May argument just doesn't make sense. Like, not just because of the blip thing, but because of the fact that it's probably been a whole year since homecoming to them. So, do you realize what that means? They have most likely moved on. And, you know, would show interest in other people. Because guess what? It's not written by the same people or directed by Sam Raimi. I'm sorry, that just really annoys me. That they think the only person that matters are Stanley, Steve Ditko, and Sam Raimi. That crap's just very annoying to me. Not because I have anything against Sam Raimi. It's just they're acting as if those are the only things that ever will matter. And yet, I'll just tell you right now, they aren't. They are very much not the only things that will ever matter.
Keep an eye on him.
What the actual... What?
Look everywhere. He's gotta be here. He couldn't have gotten away. Release me this instant!
Where do I find Norman?
This is outrageous!
Yeah, especially that like helps people. I'm pretty sure that will help people understand with like Far From Home and stuff and stuff. That's mainly because, well, like I personally like these movies. They're fun to me, and I don't really want to. It's just that I don't like it when people compare it to their version of Spider-Man and then just flat out say that this isn't Spider-Man. And even if in the videos themselves they just say that, oh, it is Spider-Man to some people, it's just not Spider-Man to me. It's like this is pretty much like a lesser version of the Star Wars arguments that were happening, except like infinitely stupider because of the fact that they don't read the comics. Like a whole bunch of them don't read the comics.
Please, you gotta let me out. My, mom, she's sick. Real sick.
I don't think they care.
My, mom, she's sick. Real sick.
Yeah, I heard.
I'll help you find Osborn.
Thanks, Patty. That breaks all.
Well, here we go. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Say about the whole thing.
Failed me, Spider-Man.
I don't want you to flap your jaw. Say hi to your dentist. This is certainly a twist. Ah!
Your fate will soon be ours, Spider-Man.
We're having a hot time in the old stove tonight.
Okay, either I've flipped my wig, or this room is. Oh, yeah!
Great. Just perfect.
What are you waiting for?
No, I'm actually gonna talk about that collection because it's actually pretty cool. Reading actual Spider-Man comics for once. Ah, crap.
I'll murder
Come on. And bingo. Was his name up?
Osborne, you gotta pay your electric.
Some lights on him. Now, find him. Shoot him.
Better grab the shadows. If I wanted to be on the spot, I'd have gone into show business.
There we go.
Oh, deja vu. What am I going around in circles? Will this ever end?
Not really. You're stuck with me till we beat Mysterio. Great.
What's that sound? More gas. Better find a way out of here before they're measuring me for a wooden kimono.
America. I am Ju- Of course.
Finally.
Not so fast.
Shut up, Gobby.
I guess he couldn't take what I was dishing out.
I'll have my revenge. I'll tear this place down with my bare hands if I have to.
Boy, he's not gonna, is he?
How the hell did he get there so fast?
He could, and he did.
You know, buddy, maybe you shouldn't go to the carnival at this time of year.
Lord, such rage.
He must have really hated that ride. Okay. Wish me luck. What was that?
It's Night Monkey.
Here he comes, the self-appointed protector.
Here we go. And I'll... You know what? I'm just gonna, like, record myself later doing, like, talking. While I just do that, while I just turn off the audio right now. The whole Night Monkey thing is, like, well, I heard, like, a lot of people thought it was, like, the stealth suit, you know, like, the green stealth suit that he has with, like, black parts on it. And it's kind of like, huh, well, that would be cool. But then you just look at the thing, it's like, that's the noir suit. That's the noir suit.
Listen to yourself. Do you know how crazy you are?
Because if you just look it up now, like, it's just flat out, like, if you just look up, like, Spider-Man Noir, it's probably gonna somehow appear on there.
Uncle Ben had an old
Yep.
You're full of...
Yep. Really should have dressed up. Oh, nope, there it is. There it is. There's the noir suit.
To your advantage. Osborne is too
Yeah,
fight directly.
honestly, it was kind of a weird decision to make it Night Monkey, but it was pretty funny that Ned just came up with it on the spot. And Peter's like very obviously trying to cover up the fact that he was Spider-Man to MJ, saying, well, the news said it was Night Monkey, and the news never lies, and maybe he was a spider monkey. And just flat out, like everyone just assuming that he was just called Night Monkey, like very quickly, that even people in Netherlands knew who he was. But yeah, I think honestly they're just doing it so they can have another Spider-Man suit with fingerless gloves, because his original sweats were pretty much fingerless gloves, and his
Only a coward attacks from behind.
original, and also the stealth suit. But yeah, I think that was the reason why he went with black instead of blue. Or maybe that was Iron Spider. Did any of you actually see that deleted scene where he was just getting his stuff together and was also going to go get like certain, and then he went and fought bad guys in the Iron Spider suit? 'Cause that's actually a pretty cool scene, but they didn't include it because they're monsters that don't want cool scenes in Spider-Man movies. But yeah, probably coming up the end of this, I'll talk to like 40, like 4 minutes and 60 seconds or something. Okay, let's talk about like the suits in the movie. The Homecoming suit still looked like the Homecoming suit. It was still like just. I never really noticed the fact that the webs on there were pretty translucent. I kind of always saw them, I guess, but now it just kind of is very obvious to me now. But besides that, what else? The Iron Spider suit looks nothing like the Iron Spider suit. Like nothing at all. It's just more like the armored Spider-Man costume from